gotta be hard to write a tongue twister.
Yeah.
You wrote some?
I wrote some of my own, yeah. I heard you guys were doing the tongue twister.
Right. You didn't email them to us? Did we check the email?
I did email them.
You know the email, right?
Yeah, did you guys not check it? Who's in charge of checking the email?
We all checked it. There wasn't any,
both of us.
there wasn't
Andrew's more
anything
the
there.
secretary.
Don't call my bluff. Don't check it right now. Do not check the email in front of me.
I don't know how to check
It's
it.
already set to the one in your phone? It's in your settings?
Yeah, man. No, I don't know.
Bookscrounge@gmail.com. Hello.
Scrounge.
Hey.
It's time.
It's time. Yeah.
The time is nigh.
The time is nigh. We should just get in. Or do you want to do warm-ups? Do you want to do vocal warm-ups?
I found a notable, what's it called? I found a notable tongue twister.
Notable tongue twister.
Yeah, I read the Wikipedia. I went on the Wikipedia page for tongue twisters, and I found some stuff. Or I went on an Ask Reddit, and it was top tongue twisters. But this one's from this guy.
From Reddit?
No, it's not from Reddit. Just how I found out about it. It's
okay.
not written from Reddit.
Okay.
If you just listen to the next sentences I'm about to say, you'll learn it's not that.
Won't do it.
You're not gonna listen.
Won't do it. Won't do it.
I was just being a little nasty.
Little bad
Please
boy.
forgive me. I was just trying to be a little rascal.
Okay, so this is by Gerard Noist Trinité.
Okay.
He's a Dutch guy
Sure.
from the 20s,
Cool.
and he had a column in like a Dutch newspaper about how to learn English.
Okay.
And so he has this. It's about how all these stuff is hard in English. He wrote the hardest thing to read in English.
Oh, that's a challenge.
My mom sent me a stand-up clip of a guy doing this.
Whoa, this
Ismo?
one,
Do you know Ismo?
Ismo.
My name's Ismo.
Does he do the chaos from 1922?
No, he just talks about the word ass, and he's like, English is hard to learn.
That's cool.
Dutch people love talking about how hard
Yeah,
English
Dutch
is to
people.
learn.
It's like
Just
the
stay in
weirdest
your
people,
lane,
the
dude.
worst people.
Join a
Yeah,
war.
I'm worried. The thing about it is it's kind of long, but I feel like we could get through it. But I feel like we don't know some of the words. But
Well, it's important to
see.
get the lips and the tongue
1922.
loose.
Yeah. Should we? Who wants to get? You want to try it, Conrad?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's sink some ships.
Let's go bar for bar.
Try it. See how high you can get.
This is not going to be good.
The chaos.
All right.
Just throwing some stuff off the dome if you need.
It's a chaos.
Dearest creature in creation, studying English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, and horse and worse. Fuck. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye your dress will tear. Queer fair seer, hear my prayer. Whoa. I'm starting to see this guy's side of things.
Yeah, he's really. It's English is crazy. If you look this up.
Pray console your loving poet. Make my coat look new, dear. Sew it. New and sew. Spelled the same. Just compare heart, hear, and heard. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and sward. Retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Maid has not the sound of bade. Say said, pay paid, laid, but plaid. All right.
What?
Because it's laid.
Right.
Plaid is just laid with a P.
Right.
He's teaching.
He's teaching us through breaking the rules of poetry. Now I surely will not plague you with words such as vague and ague.
I feel plagued.
Yeah, I was like, once I hit the ague, I was like, I don't know what ague. I
I
guess
only
let me
knew
try to look
ague.
up ague.
You have plagued me.
Dictionary. I only got ague through the scheme of the poem. I've never heard that word in my life.
So you don't know if it's pronounced like that?
Well, it has to
Ague.
be because it's a poem.
Fever with recurrent chills and sweating. Definition number 2. Malaria.
Oh, dude, I cured my ague with the meatball sub.
Wow.
I was telling you about that yesterday.
You cured malaria
Well,
with
You
a
had
meatball
ague,
sub?
yeah.
I had a vicious ague,
Oh.
and
He was stricken with an ague.
I ate 5 vitamin C packets.
Those are good. Emergencies?
Yeah, emergency, like 1,200 milligram per. It had like 8,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
I love those.
And then I ate a meatball sub and went to sleep and just sweated. Just had a vicious ripping ague. And then I was fine the next morning. Previous precious fuchsia via recipe pipe studding sail choir. Choir. Pardon me. Woven oven how and low script receipt shoe poem toe. All right, now I'm firing up. Now I'm starting to click. Say expecting fraud and trickery, daughter laughter and terpsichore. Again, only through the rhyme context clues.
How do you spell terpsichore?
It's got a capital T, so I think we might have a proper noun on our hands. Maybe it's a tree.
Terpsichore?
If it was a tree, I would know it. Branch, ranch, measles, topsails, aisles. Missiles, smiles. Missiles, similes, and reviles. Now I lost it again. Holy, holly, signal, signing, same examining, but mining. Whoa. Scholar, vicar, and cigar.
Whoa.
Solar, mica, war, and far.
Watch out.
Watch out. Watch out, I'm Dutch. From desire, desirable, admirable. From admire. Lumber, plumber, beer, but briar. Topsham, broam, renown, but known. Knowledge done, loan gone, none, tone. Now that is, there's one letter difference between all of those. That would fuck me up. I'm going to skip ahead here. Camel, constable, unstable, principal, disciple, label, pedal, penal, and canal, wait, surmise, play, promise, pal.
That would fuck me up. It says that in the poem. It
soldier, soldier, blood is thicker. Solder.
That's solder.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's bad for me.
Oh yeah, Conrad's job is soldering stuff. You call it solder?
I don't solder at work, but I have a soldering gun.
That's soldering, I believe.
No.
I believe. Can anybody back me up?
How do you spell it?
SOLDER. It's where it's with the circuitry.
For, making.
I've heard of soldering
boards and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was
soldering iron.
It's solder.
No.
You haven't heard of a soldering iron?
No, I just read it.
It's solder.
And I bought one.
Come on, man. Yeah, I learned that when I got a Make magazine from Barnes & Noble.
I'm fucked, man. Don't be down, my own, but rough it. And distinguish buffet, buffet. Those are just spelled the same. Brood, stood, roof, rook, school, wool, boon, Worcester, Bolane, to impugn.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta write a Texas one.
This is so fucking Texas, long.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Where you read it and you go, oh, it's actually Maynard.
Maynard, Manchac, and Guadalupe.
Yeah, Guadalupe. When you have to take a poop, go to all the way down on Guadalupe.
This is good to write. This is what I'd write to my ex-girlfriend, is a poem like this. I'd text her this and it'd just give her a headache.
Do psychic damage. This is the kind of thing that can do psychic damage to someone if they're not fully English.
Yeah. This is legit. Like, this is, mind warfare. If you just read this to somebody, their eyes would start bleeding.
Yeah.
If you are getting mugged.
It's kind of like that joke in the Monty Python thing where it's the funniest joke, and if you hear it, you die.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
Yeah, this is the most frustrating thing to hear.
If I worked on like a campaign, I would send these out like every day to people for like Senate or for Congress.
A terror campaign?
Local Congress. I'd send them from the other campaign to attack them.
Oh, like a campaign of torment?
Yeah, like a campaign of torment. It's like an attack campaign, but from the other one.
Try it out.
Where were you at? Were you at Saver?
It's pretty long.
You can just pick one.
Skip
Saver, but ever, fever, neither, leisure, skine, receiver. Never say it, not safe.
Yeah, do you guys usually say leisure or leisure? I usually say leisure, I think, but also I don't think I say that word ever.
What about wear?
I don't have enough data.
Leisure wear.
Leisure
right?
wear.
I never say leisure wear.
But if I'm doing the adjective, I think I tend to say leisurely versus leisurely.
I tend to not say it leisurely.
I find myself not using that adverb ever.
Not once.
Yeah, I don't think I've said that word enough times to know how I say it.
I just think it's
I don't talk about apricot.
It's in Raspberry Beret. It's
Right.
in the song Raspberry Beret because it's the shop owner goes, he doesn't like him because he's a bit too leisurely.
Right. So
Bit
it's
too
leisure.
leisurely.
Leisure is the British way to say
Leisurely.
Leisure.
Yeah, I think I just like doing those sometimes. I like throwing
Yeah.
a little.
It makes you sound
But
smart.
I've been accused of talking British.
But you have to
I've been
do
accused of talking
certain ones.
British.
It's good to do it. Certain ones, it's like, all right, man.
Like which ones?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, it'll be on a case by case basis.
I can think of two.
We got one:
Two
leisurely,
words.
leisurely.
Mind the O
Pleasure.
of off and often, which may be pronounced as orphan, with the sound of saw and sauce, also soft, lost, cloth, and cross.
What?
That one's cool. I like that one. Pudding, puddle.
This is kind of like when you have one of
pudding.
those little skateboards. And you're doing little tricks.
Tech
It's like
deck?
that, but it's like a tech deck, but for your tongue.
Yes,
Pretty much.
pretty
We're
much,
doing like
yeah.
a tech deck
Yeah, this is
exercise.
fingerboarding.
Yeah, fingerboarding.
fingerboarding.
We're fingerboarding with our mouths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone was
Rock
just
climbing
telling
is like a puzzle that you solve with your body. These are like puzzles we solve with our mouths.
These are rock climbing is a puzzle you solve with your body. Tongue twisters are a mini skate park that you fingerboard on with your lips and teeth. Tongue twisters are a tech deck skate park covered in saliva.
Can you tie the cherry with your tongue?
I can tie more than a cherry, pal.
Whoa. You can tie.
Yeah, I can tie
you
the
do
whole
different
cherry.
Kinds of knots.
I
I
You
put
can
the
do
cherry and the stem in my mouth, and I can tie the cherry itself.
around. You can
In-
tie
oh,
the
into a knot, yeah.
Okay.
I can wring it out into a string and tie it into a knot.
He's doing it right now.
That's how gay I
Wow,
am.
that was so fast.
I'm doing it and I can
Whoa.
talk.
Pudding, puddle, pudding, pudding,
Check this
puddle,
out.
pudding, putting. Yes, at golf it rhymes with shutting. Respite, spite, consent, resent, liable but parliament.
Whoa.
I don't know what it means by.
I want to give this to
parliament.
my wife's grandmother. I think that would be really funny.
Yeah.
Just
It'd
make-
be good if you write it really fancy and kind of frame it like
Yeah.
a little old person thing to put on their wall.
Yeah. Just impossible to read.
Yeah.
She does not speak
Yeah.
English. Never has tried.
But it would look nice.
It would look really pretty.
7 is right, but so is even. Hyman, Ruffin, nephew, Stephen.
Hyman, nephew, Ruffin, Steven?
It says hyphen, but I changed it to
Oh,
Hyman.
wow.
So crazy.
Monkey, donkey, clerk, and jerk.
Don't do
asp,
that.
grasp, wasp.
Don't- can I?
demands,
I'm gonna
cork,
say
work.
when we're reading, don't do that.
I'm gonna change them.
Everybody does it on the tongue twisters.
no trust.
Hunter did it on the tongue twisters, too.
Everyone
with the
change
with
He was
the.
saying big black cock.
Yeah, he was saying big black.
kept saying
cock.
big
Gotta
black
change
cock.
it. That's cool. We're on the same wavelength.
But then he also read just like a vulgar pornographic poem
Right.
that could have just.
The night's young, we'll see what Zane does as well.
We might have
He
seen.
has some pornographic poems ready.
Oh, they're filthy.
I know you've written a couple.
Differ like diverse and divers. Rivers, shivers. Rivers, strivers, shivers, fivers. Once but nonce. Told, dole, but roll.
Nonce.
Polish, polish,
fucking nonce.
pole, and Paul. I don't know what Paul is.
Paul Bearer.
P-O-L-L?
I think
Pole.
Well, there's Paul, and it can't be
Yeah,
pole
but you take
and
a
pole.
pole.
the Paul Bearer.
But one of them is pronounced pole, and one of them is pronounced something else.
That's the nature of English, Zane.
I know, but what's the other one? If pole is one, what's the other?
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
That was
is
the end.
P-O-L-L
That was
and
one.
P-O-L-L?
Pole.
Yes.
Paul.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's
See
like a
that
Paul
what?
Bearer, but is that an A? P-A-L-L?
It is
Paul Bear was
P-A-L-L.
A-L-L.
Paul
So I
Bear.
think there's another word.
This
that
might
is-
just be the 20s, They,
Yeah, it's
they
the
don't
20s.
they're not
These are
fully.
That's crazy to be
Names
learning a
are-
new language.
Pronunciation, think of psyche, is a paling, stout and spiky. Won't it make you lose your wits, writing groats and saying grits? It's a
Yeah.
dark abyss or tunnel, strewn with stones like Rollick, Gunwale, Islington, and Isle of Wight. Housewife, verdict, and indict. Don't you think so, reader, rather? Saying lather, bather, father, finally, which rhymes with enough, though through bow, cough, ho, soft, tough,
Rough.
hiccup, has the sound of, dude, yeah, I don't know.
These
My
are
advice
good.
is, give it up.
Nice.
That's the end. Is don't speak English.
Okay, cool.
If anybody's on the fence, if you're thinking, should I learn English? Should I not learn English? Give it up.
Yeah, this is
Just
if I
nix it
if
in
I
the
moved
bud.
to China to teach English and get paid a lot. This is what I'd start them with.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
would
first
read this
class.
every day
Just to
until they
embarrass
understand.
everybody.
Yeah, to make everyone
You
feel
hit them with a stick
Blow their mind.
every time they get it wrong.
Yeah.
wrong.
Just
And
people
you
just
have-
get nosebleeds all the time.
We like
in
meet
your
up with
class?
you a couple months later, and we're like, Zane, you have like a British accent now. Where did that?
Go back
Can you
to
take
Hong
that
Kong.
monocle off, or is that
No, it's
sewn
surgical.
into your head?
It's surgically.
It's surgical. It's a surgical Oswald Cobblepot
Zane's
style.
going Heart of Darkness into China.
He's going full Heart of Darkness.
Back to the motherland. I was born there. Back to Hong Kong.
Brought your machete, not China.
Very
Is it-
Chinese of you
isn't
to
that
include Hong Kong and China.
Very Chinese of you.
Exactly.
Hong Kong.
I've already started. I've already begun.
They love it. Yeah, they're hype. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. I was like, not China, and then I was like, wait a second, that might. It's just maybe just better for me to not. I was right though, right?
Yeah, yeah. for
Yes,
sure.
fuck yes.
Chinese people.
Nah, I'm not.
Chinese people disagree. Hong Kong people love that.
Hong Kong people are.
They're
they
British,
don't like
right?
China.
Yeah.
No, they're their own thing.
They're not British as of 1997.
They want to have their own thing. They want to be a principality or
Yeah.
I don't know.
They want to be like a Puerto Rico.
They want to be like Vatican
No.
City.
sort of like a barrio.
No,
The
they don't even
barrio.
want to be part of China. I don't think. I
I'm
think
from
they want to be
Hong
like Taiwan.
I'm from the Hong Kong, the barrio, dude.
They want to be like Vatican City.
They want to be like that. They do have a Vatican City thing going.
Vatican. Or,
But who's their pope? Who's the pope?
What
of
about
Hong Kong? The Pope
Monte
of Hong
Carlo is in Monaco? What about Monaco?
Monaco. What about Monaco?
I kept
City-state?
calling Monte Carlo.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I kept calling it Monte Cristo the other day. In
Nice.
conversation, I said it maybe 3 times. that
I
called
love the
it.
Monaco sandwich from
good.
Cheddar's. It's so good.
Monaco, Monte Carlo.
Monaco Lewinsky.
Monte Carlo is the casino, and they have a car.
Doesn't Monaco have like a race?
Yeah.
They have like a big race. Hey, car guys, reach out to us. Tell us.
If you
about
guys have seen
Monaco.
Iron Man 3,
Yes, when he comes out with the
Mickey
he has
Rourke.
the
smasher
laser
arms,
guy. Yeah,
He's got those whips on his arms.
Mickey Rourke fucks Iron Man.
that's a
up.
traditional.
Oh, it is Mickey Rourke, the wrestler.
That is Mickey Rourke, the wrestler. Yeah.
Wow, I totally forgot that the wrestler was in Iron Man 3. I3.
That was my favorite WWE wrestler. Was the guy with electric tentacles who would strangle people and kill them. You remember watching wrestling as a kid?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Cool. Good.
Did
We
you
got
have
that out the
ones
way.
on your phone, Zane? You had
Yeah, I've got
stuff
some
on your
ones
phone.
the
Did you?
I wrote
need
them,
to do
but they
more.
get worse, and I
My
wrote
mouth
them on the way here.
my mouth is too tight, man. I need to.
Okay.
Colombian.
Does someone want to try them? Or should I,
Kumalama,
should I
kumalama
run them?
vista.
Who wants to try them? Should I
Oh
do them?
no, not the Vista.
Eeny, meeny, decimini, ooh-ah, alana, mini, examini, salamini, ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
Oh, I was gonna play a classical music song off my iPhone,
Okay.
Okay.
but also keep it going.
Okay. A Cherokee does karaoke with his parakeet. His parakeet sings Steve Aoki "Pursuit of Happiness" extended mix.
That's actually. Hang on.
Try that.
Give
Holy
that a
shit! You
spin.
wrote this in the car?
Yeah. on
While
the way
driving?
here. Pretty much, actually. I got classic rock, baby.
All
right, check
I
this
love
out.
Rock music.
Should I try to do it as fast as possible?
Yeah.
A Cherokee
the
does
drop.
karaoke with his
for the drop.
parakeet. His parakeet
Save it,
sings
save
Steve
it,
Aoki,
save it.
Pursuit of Happiness. Cherokee does
Now,
karaoke with
the
his
beauty
parakeet.
of the tongue.
His parakeet sings Steve Aoki, Pursuit
Everyone,
of Happiness.
Conrad
extended mix.
Fagan.
A Cherokee does karaoke with his parakeet. His parakeet
PhD.
sings Steve Aoki, Pursuit of Happiness extended mix.
Dr. Conrad Fagan.
This is towing the
PhD.
line of bars.
Yeah,
A Cherokee does karaoke with his parakeet. His parakeet sings Steve Aoki, Pursuit of Happiness extended mix.
Ba-boom.
Okay. I chose Chuggy Tchotchkes from Chuck E. Cheese over church on Chinese New Year. Now I'm chucking children. Now I'm chucking
I
children.
didn't finish that one.
Now I'm chucking children out of the way to
I don't know.
Checkers.
Chinchilla.
To get to Checkers. Checkers, the
Chinchilla.
restaurant. Chinchilla.
Chinchilla children. Cheap and chippy chopper.
To check on my chinchillas.
I did some research into the cheap and chippy chopper one. That's from the Mikado, which is a operetta by Gilbert and Sullivan.
Do they explain what a chopper is? What a
They're
cheap
getting
and chippy
executed.
chopper?
Yeah, they're getting executed.
it's
One of the
just a-
people has to be executed in the play.
A Goyim, Gentile, non-Jewish presenting juvenile just got job as Jehovah's Witness janitor after junior varsity for Jacksonville Jaguars. You try that one on for size.
I didn't. I
And you
forgot
wrote
what
all
it
of these
was.
while driving.
I wrote
Gentile,
my-
non-Jewish
yeah.
presenting juvenile.
My friend was
just
writing
got-
them on my phone while I was
Just got job as Jehovah's
Wow.
Witness janitor after junior varsity for Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Joining.
It's alliterative.
Easy.
It's again.
It's mainly. Oh, I wrote one
Juice.
that's public domain. I wrote
Because I had this
great.
great. I had this
Jamba
problem
Juice.
the last time we did this with the tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Because people, it's not you. but like we went on tongue twisters.
It's just alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Just
You gotta make
letters.
the noises. You gotta do all the noises.
It's
but
got to be similar
it's hard.
sounds.
Okay, try this one out. Steamboat Willie, Steamboat
Oh.
Willie, will he wheel the steamboat silly, or will he wheel the steamboat till he's stolen? Streaming live on Twitch. Watch me buy him on Steam. 60% off sale.
Okay, it kind of goes like.
I broke off.
Yeah,
but
you
the first
kinda-
the first part makes sense.
You kind of just put your head through a wall at the end of it.
Yeah.
But that I like Steamboat Willie. Will he wheel the steamboat silly, or will he wheel the steamboat till he's stolen?
I am not a pheasant plucker. I'm a pheasant plucker's son, but I'll be plucking pheasants when the pheasant plucker's gone.
That's pretty funny. Sounds like you could accidentally say
What do you mean?
a curse word.
What do you mean? Good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood.
That sounds like another curse word waiting to
Good blood,
happen.
blood. What do we
I wasn't allowed to say blood in my house.
Really?
No.
Ripe white wheat reapers reap ripe wheat, right?
Yeah.
That one's good.
Let me try that.
that one. That's a tough one.
Rip.
Ripe. Just saying ripe is really
ripe
hard.
ripe white wheat reapers.
Ripe is so much for your
ripe
mouth to do.
white wheat right. Wow.
Ripe is the biggest thing for your mouth.
I think we struck gold here.
ripe.
Ripe.
Ripe white wheat reapers reap ripe white wheat right.
Right?
Wheat what?
Put a question mark at the end.
Right? Right? Guys?
Hey,
Guys?
ripe white wheat ripers.
Ripe white wheat reapers reap ripe white wheat, right? All right. I'm feeling a little more hot. You know New York, you need New York. You know you need unique New York. Fuck!
They got
Yeah,
your
it's
ass
hard.
right at the
God!
end. They got you right at the end.
Darn it!
They got you comfortable, you got cocky, and then you fell for it.
You know,
know you
that's
need
kind of
unique
a
New
story of my life. Put this on my gravestone.
Right.
We got to put one of these on our gravestones when we
right.
die. Let's all make a vow to each other right now
Right.
that when we die, we will put the most fucked up tongue twister ever. And the other two who are alive will pay for it.
Yeah, and every year they have to return and do the tongue twister 50 times.
Yes.
And on the grave.
They have to do the tongue twister.
On the grave?
Well, you're standing on the grave. You're kneeling on the grave, and you have to do the tongue twister 50 times
I'm gonna fuck your
while
grave
praying.
in Saltburn style.
He hasn't seen it.
Well, he fucks a grave,
Yeah.
and he improv'd it.
Crazy.
I did not know he improv.
Was he watching?
But I'm sure.
Was he watching Comedy Bang Bang where that guy fucks the ground?
I think he was listening. He was listening to the cowboy poet,
who fucks the ground.
the vampire hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah! Shout out Comedy Bang Bang.
We
Good
love Comedy Bang Bang.
close friends of the show.
They're gonna be on soon. I've been talking to Scott.
Their episode,
He's
Scott's
interested.
episode's getting.
We're editing it.
It's edited. Jason Mantzoukas is in the can, set to release May.
It says this one's from Singing in the Rain.
I think it's May.
Try that one out. That
Which
one's
one,
tough. I was trying to say it in my head. It seemed tough.
Sinful Caesar Nope.
They
Sinful
got you.
Caesar sipped his snifter, seized his knees and sneezed. Chester chooses chestnuts, cheddar cheese with chewy chives. He chews them and he chooses them. He chooses them and he chews them. Those chestnuts, cheddar cheese, and chives in cheery, charming chunks. Moses supposes his toeses are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he knows his toeses aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toeses to be.
Yeah, that's something you'd hear in like a.
think
You know
I
those.
remember
You try that one.
Seen those videos
Kelly.
of that white kid in the freestyle battles?
I love Gene Kelly.
Who's doing it?
Yeah, does Gene Kelly do that one?
I'm a huge Gene Kelly fan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
Gene
Gene
Kelly,
Kelly
yeah.
style bars.
No one dances like him.
You hear his mixtape?
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes a
Not
Roman.
that one.
Wait, which one?
That's
one-
the same one, but you do it from the top.
No, the Sinful Caesar.
Oh,
the same
sinful
one, that's the
Caesar
one.
snipped his sniffer, seized his knees and sneezed. Chester chose chestnuts, cheddar, cheese, with chewy chives and chewed them and he chooses them. He chooses them and he chews them. Those chestnut cheddar.
All right.
Conrad, go.
That's cool. Conrad, do him as
Yeah,
best you
here.
can. Do a cool voice. Do a cool, scary voice.
Sinful Caesar sipped his snifter, seized his knees and sneezed.
Enunciate.
Chester chooses chestnuts, cheddar cheese with chewy chives. He chews them and he chooses them. He chooses them and he chews them. Those chestnuts, cheddar cheese, and chives in cheery, charming chunks.
Ma'am, I just got to the HEB. please.
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
I was just wondering if I could go to the self-checkout.
Ah!
I have 12 items.
Moses, he noses his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be.
Is each one of the bananas count as one item in the 10 items?
Ah! Moses.
You almost went in.
No, I can't go in.
Right. Sinful Caesar sipped his snifter, seized his knees, and sneezed. Chester chooses chestnuts, cheddar cheese with chewy chives. He chews them and he chooses them. He chooses them and he chews them. Those chestnuts, cheddar cheese, and chives in cheery, charming chunks. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses, he noses his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be.
Yeah, I just wanted to return this.
You must answer my riddles 3.
Can I just please return this lamp?
Yeah, we need to write some The thing is that you need to write a tongue twister that's also a riddle.
True.
Right.
That's the real.
You have to leave people in my
That's
shit.
next level.
That's when you've done
But
it.
what? Okay, are there examples of that besides how much wood, chuck,
I don't
wood,
know.
chuck, wood?
That one's more of a Zen koan.
Yeah.
A Zen koan. That's true. You can meditate on that for a lifetime.
Yeah.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits.
Yeah.
This is said to be a dictation test for would-be radio announcers to be read clearly without mistakes in less than 20 seconds. From Coronet Magazine, August 1948. Who's ready?
Oh, I got to.
Who's ready for the tryout?
Yeah.
Oh, Zane. No, Zane's going to try out. His grandpa was on the radio
it's true.
as a reader. He probably did the same test, but in a different language.
Yep, probably in Hindi. I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I brought a big basket of biscuits back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and the basket of big biscuits and mixed
20
the
seconds,
big
man, come on.
biscuits with the basket of biscuits that was next to the big basket and put a bunch of biscuits from the basket into a biscuit mixer and brought the basket of biscuits and the box of mixed biscuits and the biscuit mixer to the bakery and opened a tin of sardines. They really got you at the end.
That took 3 minutes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, do you want to time you, Conrad? We'll time you.
Yeah, here, time me.
I can
Zane
do it
will get
faster.
another round.
I want to do it faster.
Start the
after that.
timer on I.
Okay, wait. Okay.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I brought a big basket of biscuit back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and the basket of big biscuits and mixed the big biscuits with the basket of biscuits that was next to the big basket and put a bunch of biscuits from the basket into a fuck! Shit, start over. Go again. No, you try it. I can't do
You
it.
don't want to go again?
I don't know, man.
Oh, I can do it. I know I can do it.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I brought a big basket of biscuits back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and mixed... Fuck. All right,
I know
no.
I can do it.
Can't handle it.
I can't do
You
it.
can't handle it. All right, Zane, we're going to
Performance anxiety,
we're gonna
man.
time Zane.
Yeah, my grandfather's looking down at me now. I can feel him. I
Yeah.
can feel his spirit. Let's go.
I'm a
Zach.
descendant of alcoholics, man. I'm not
for
going
you,
to
Grandpa.
enunciate.
They weren't readers.
We weren't big readers.
This goes out to my dada. Okay, you ready? Are we timing?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, okay. All right. You count me off.
3, 2, 1.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I brought a big basket of biscuits back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and the basket of big biscuits and mixed the big biscuits with the basket of biscuits that was next to the big basket and put a bunch of biscuits from the basket into a biscuit mixer and brought the basket of biscuits and the box of mixed biscuits and the biscuit mixer to the bakery and opened a tin of sardines.
23 seconds
23
flat.
seconds. You're fired.
Not two mess ups, though. Not too red.
You're
I
clear.
don't.
mess
Here's
up.
here's what I'll say, Zane. I don't think you would have made it even without the mishap.
What was I going for? What was I
You were
going
30
for?
seconds late.
What am I trying to go for? What's
20.
Oh, wait, okay, I can go. I can do better. Can I do
Let
it
me
one more
go
time?
and then you go.
Okay, I can do better. I started out kind of slow. I kind of forgot
Right.
that I was going
Right.
for speed.
Do you want to count
I
down
was
or?
having too much
Yeah, you
fun.
can count me down.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I bought a big basket of biscuits back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and the basket of big biscuits and mixed the big biscuits with the basket of biscuits that was next to the big basket and put a bunch of biscuits from the basket into the biscuit mixer and brought the basket of biscuits and the box of mixed biscuits and the biscuit mix to the bakery and opened a tin of sardines.
22:30.
Wow, that is
22:30.
tough. That is
So
so
easy.
tough.
This is
man.
for professionals.
It's pretty tough, yeah.
This is tough. All
I
right,
think this
Zane's
is
gonna hit it
good.
around. Zane's gonna go again.
All right.
This is like if you ever watch the show which we don't like. Whatever, fuck it, we hate them. Die in a ditch. Top Gear.
Yeah, okay.
They have a thing where they make guys drive around on a track on the same car, like celebrities.
Yeah.
When they're on, and they record the times.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're like, oh dang, this guy.
This is kind of like racing, yeah.
This is like our racing. This is racing for people that
For Watsky. This is
pretty much
racing
for Watsky. For people that do debate, yeah.
Okay.
For rappers who do debate.
CX debaters.
Our mouths are sort of like cars in a way.
Cross-examination.
You ever think about that?
All right. I'll do one more. I gotta get the timer going.
Okay. Come back to my thing later.
Give me 1 sec.
What's your thing?
No, our mouths are cars.
Oh, right.
True.
Your head is a car and your mouth is the driver.
What's nitro?
The nitro is
coffee?
Clean.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
This is the NOS. I'm going to hit the NOS right now, actually.
Clean. That's so clean. Smart.
Right, do you want to on
whatever
one?
nootropics want to sponsor the podcast, we'll do it.
We'll do Alpha Brain. We'll do Sigma Brain.
Any nootropics? No, we don't want those. We know they don't really have. They don't work. We know there's one that really does work, and they want to give us money.
Take Wolf Mind.
We know Wolf Mind.
Thank you, Wolf Mind.
Okay, count me off.
Do you want one or go? On one or on go?
On one.
3, 2, 1.
I bought a bit of baking powder and baked a batch of biscuits. I brought a big basket of biscuits back to the bakery and baked a basket of big biscuits. Then I took the big basket of biscuits and the basket of big biscuits and mixed the big biscuits with the basket of biscuits that was next to the big basket and put a bunch of biscuits from the basket into a biscuit mixer and brought the basket of biscuits and the box of mixed biscuits and the biscuit mixer to the bakery and opened a tin of sardines.
Wow.
18.
He the first sub 20.
Here we go.
The first sub 20 on record on the show.
He's him.
He's in the zone. Don't let him into his zone.
Holy shit, now we're cooking.
Thank you,
He's
Doc.
definitely in
Union,
his zone.
start the podcast here. Start it now.
That goes out to Mudassar Hussain.
Yes, thank you. Medusa Hussein.
Yep.
Wow.
That's phone.
Your phone, man. Stop handing me. We're all going to hand our phones.
We're doing
around.
a phone switch. Oh, dude, this is not related to anything, but this is something I've kind of wanted to do with someone. We switch algorithms.
Right, you've spoken to me.
We've all heard.
You guys know this? Okay.
We've all heard how.
Trading Spaces on TLC.
You guys are the perfect people to talk to.
You know we all know how horny your Instagram algorithm is and how you wish to trade it out with someone else's.
Yeah, I'm trying to hot wipe out my algorithm.
So you can get cute puppies and cool other videos on Instagram Reels instead of
just
hot,
get
sexy
Mark
babes.
Normand
You're
off
just
my
clearly
fucking feed.
uncomfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
I just want to see who other people are.
Right.
That's all. I'm offering to switch my algorithm.
I've been wanting to change underwear with you this whole time.
It's not like a change lives. It's not a Prince and the Pauper situation. It's like
Life swap.
it's like an app.
Life swap.
No, it's like a game. It's like a fun game.
Your phone is your wife in the modern
I look at
age.
your algo.
have to
You look
remember,
at yeah.
Right.
Your phone is your spouse.
Your wife
in the
is covered
modern
in poop
age.
particles.
Oh no! Look at my wife's face. It's covered
Exactly.
in shit.
You turn on your phone and all you see is your wife.
I love people talking about how dirty the phones are.
I love it.
That's
So
just the
dirty.
best. Just
So
like,
dirty.
well, you're a genius, sir.
Yeah.
Well, sir, we have ring the bell. We have the smartest man in the room. He has said the phones are dirty.
The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize goes to the author of the paper.
Guy at the
Phones
bar.
is covered in poop.
Guy at the bar who noticed that we use our phones on the toilet.
True.
Fat guy who likes wearing basketball shorts and drinking IPAs.
Yeah.
He's now gained the title of smartest man
Really
on
smart,
earth.
yeah.
We should start an organization that gives the award for smartest man on earth
Every year, yeah.
and
Yeah.
just award
That's
it to
good.
us.
And you have to get that.
Well, we get it the
done
first
15
couple
seconds.
times, and then we throw in like Michio Kaku, and
get
then it's
Michio.
back to us.
Yeah.
It's back to us.
Cool.
We get really smart guys every other year, and then it's just us again.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. We
That's
put.
cool. That's what Albert Nobel didn't do. He didn't give himself the Nobel Prize again after the first one.
Did he give himself the Nobel
I think
Prize?
that's why he
He
created
got
it.
one of them, yeah.
He
I want to
made-
do
think
it
he made
all.
for
We'll
himself.
give only
Well, he's on
posthumous.
Yeah.
I want to only give posthumous Nobel prizes.
Right.
Just only to people who are dead.
I want to give it to people who aren't born yet.
Okay. Put in like prospective Nobel prizes.
Or people that are babies that I think are gonna do great stuff.
Great babies.
Yeah. Like
Behind every great man.
like XACC7, whatever Elon Musk.
X Ash.
Yeah, is that his name?
That baby's already got the prize.
They're old now.
He was born with a
They're
Nobel
15.
Prize.
Oh shit.
They're
No,
15,
they go
man.
to school in Austin. They
Yeah.
go to school.
They're 30 actually.
Yeah.
They play pickleball with me.
Not surprised.
What is that supposed to mean?
You-
All right, let's get into some books.
All right,
huh?
we got the book.
oh.
I got the Epicure's Almanac.
I was excited about this one.
Eating and Drinking in Regency London. The original 1815 guidebook.
What's an epicure?
Guy who likes indulging.
Guy who likes to feel good.
Indulgences of the mouth and stomach.
Indulgences of the mouth.
Okay.
He loves diversions of the holes.
This is published by the British Library.
Right. Can I read? Can I look through?
Yeah, you can check it out. I read the beginning, and the beginning was good, so I figured we should start at the beginning.
Okay.
I think, but you can peruse it. But let me
I'm
just.
hoping there's a good fart story in here.
Not even the preface. Just
There's got to
past
be
the preface.
farting. Think about all the cheese you eat.
Introduction.
Think about all
Not
that
the
fucking
introduction.
cheese and
Past the
sausage,
introduction.
guts, innards.
Yeah. Got to be a lot of fart jokes in there.
They probably ate farts. That's probably what
and
nobles
burping.
ate.
Don't forget burping.
Burps.
They burp.
But
back
yeah, I
then.
want to start
Women
from here.
farting.
No, that's uncouth.
No. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't bring that up. Don't let me. I'm not imagining that.
I didn't mean to suggest anything so lewd. But okay.
But you can check it out.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here.
There's like
Should I read the preface or?
not where the preface where you're at, not that preface. The preface that the author
yeah.
wrote, not the.
I was looking for the table of contents.
Because it's just to this, and this one's good. This stuff.
The calendar of good living.
Wait, is it the calendar? Oh yeah.
Oh, so
No,
there's a bunch of different.
It's a bunch of different
stories?
restaurants. It just
Oh,
describes
okay.
different restaurants.
Okay.
You can read the introduction.
You want to do the introduction? Here, you read the introduction.
Okay.
You read the introduction.
If you wanted to check it out, I was just letting you check it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna read the table of contents in a second. In order.
It's just like the neighborhoods. Do you know the neighborhoods?
Oh, it's not neighbor. Okay, I thought it was titles of stories like the other books.
No.
Never mind. Even
This
better.
is like a guidebook from the 1800s.
Hey,
it's
even-
not like a book.
even
to
better.
read, really.
Okay, this is if you like to eat. This is a book for
This
guys.
is if you're in London and you don't know
Okay.
where to eat and you're from Paris
Yelp.
or something.
This is
and
Yelp.
you speak English. It's like Yelp. Yeah.
Oh.
They
Great.
printed out Yelp.
We're reading Yelp.
Yeah. The manual here offered to the public is formed on the model of a work published annually at Paris under the title Almanach des Gourmands. The volumes of that work most in request are those which contain nutritive itineraries serving as a guide to all the places of alimentary resort in Paris. What are your favorite places of alimentary resort?
In Paris or here?
just anywhere.
In which nation?
In where you live. What are your favorite places of alimentary resort?
Shortstop.
I like Terry's. I've been a big Terry's guy lately.
This consideration has induced the editor of the present almanac to commence it by a descriptive tour, constituting an ample directory of the taverns, coffee houses, inns, eating houses, and etc., in and around the British metropolis. As a proper sequel to this compendium of Epicurean topography, he has annexed a review of the artists who administer to the wants and enjoyments of the table, by supplying the various articles, either of use or ornament, requisite in every department of domestic economy, from the kitchen to the dining room. Then follows a survey of the markets, to which is added a calendar of the meats in season during each month of the year. Oh, we can know the
I
season.
need one of those.
The meat seasons.
Okay.
I want
Never
a meat
thought
calendar.
about the meat seasons.
Calendar.
Yeah.
We gotta check
Important.
out the end of this for the meat seasons.
I gotta find a meat calendar that I can frame.
With some useful hints and observations. Maybe check those out. An index to the whole is subjoined, which would be. This is kind of just saying what's up with it.
Is this just telling us
I'm
about?
gonna skip. I'm skipping
That's
through
good.
this.
We read a really boring intro last time.
Notwithstanding the care, we'll kind of just start talking about stuff we weren't even gonna read.
Yeah.
Because it's like that we're not gonna read the meat calendar.
Well, this will be pretty helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're ready. We're gonna
From
just
London.
move on to the beginning.
I thought these were funny stories, but I'm
No, this is.
Yeah.
It'll just be funny. There's some interesting footnotes. Make sure to read the footnotes.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
big.
if
the
they're
footnotes
if they're
are-
meaty, if they're just some numbers.
It
forget
seems like the
about it.
footnotes are as long as the paragraphs.
Yeah, the footnotes
That's
are good. I
awesome.
read the first footnote and I was like, this is good.
This book is designed to direct any man with a delicate stomach and a full purse, or any man with a keen, strong stomach and a lean purse, where he may dine well and to the best advantage in London.
Yes.
And then it's, oh yeah, it hasn't done the footnote yet. That's coming up. London must here be understood to comprehend
coming up.
Westminster, Southwark, Lambeth, Marylebone, and all the districts within the cognizance or compass of death's bills of fare,
Lambeth.
the bills of mortality.
I'm from Lambeth.
You guys know about? Wait, you guys know about the London bills of mortality?
No.
The London Bills of Mortality, originally designed... This is footnote number 1.
Okay.
Originally designed to keep track of deaths from the plague, cover the city of London, Westminster, and some other parts of Middlesex, as well as the borough of Southwark and a few adjoining Surrey parishes. The earliest bills date from the C16, and although they were essentially superseded by the Registrar General's return after 1836, bills of mortality were still being produced in the late 1850s.
Okay, so that's kind of how they know where stuff is and stuff.
Yeah, based on when people died, based on like the
Bill of
people that died
mortality?
during the plague, I
I
think.
don't know, yeah. Just keep going.
That's the
Keep
ghost.
rolling,
They're talking
keep
about the
rolling.
ghost map, bro.
Keep
It's kind of a ghost map. We begin with London, strictly so-called, on its highest ground. Okay, and this is the second footnote. Pannier Court, properly Pannier Alley, runs south from Newgate Street to Patters. I think this is just geography.
You can skip through any geography.
Oh wait,
anyway.
the pannier stone, showing in relief a naked boy sitting on a pannier or basket, has been moved more than once, but is still to be seen on a wall near one of the entrances to St. Paul's Underground Station. You can't skip the footnotes.
Is that a wait? Was that was the footnote that it
That
is
was the footnote.
That's there now.
Yes.
Or is that there? Interesting.
Somebody
Dated
has stolen the
27th
naked boy.
We need
August
that naked
68,
boy
it bears the
relief.
legend. When you have sought the city round, yet still is the highest ground. This is what it says on the
Pannier.
on the pannier stone.
Whoa. Should we look that up?
We begin with London. Yes, we begin in London, strictly so called, on its highest ground in Pannier Court between Paternoster Row and Newgate Street. Some
Been
of our
there.
colleagues have hinted that by so doing we shall offend the Lord Mayor, alderman, and livery of this good city.
Screw the Lord, man.
Who
The
cares?
Lord. I
These
gotta
guys
start
are
calling
kind
the
of
mayor the Lord Mayor.
these guys are kind of speaking out.
Who's the mayor right
How
now?
do you spell Pannier? I'm just getting stuff about Indian food.
P-N-Y-E-R. It's more like Pannier Stone. But they also have but keep in mind, Pannier Stone.
Y-E-R?
Yes, but then there's also the Pannier Court, which is P-A-N-N-I-E-R Court.
P-A-N-N-I-E-R.
That's something. I don't know if those are the same thing.
I bet it's Panier.
So Pannier Court, properly Pannier. Okay, so P-A-N-N-I-E-R Court, in parentheses, properly
Pannier?
P-A-N-Y-E-R Alley.
Oh, I found it. I found the
Pannier.
boy.
I knew it would come by. You found the boy?
Pannier.
You found the relief of a naked boy sitting on a
Let me find-
pannier or
hopefully.
basket.
I'm seeing.
Oh, it's just a relief of a naked boy?
It's a relief.
I thought it was a
A
statue.
tattoo.
That's
tattoo.
Yeah.
That was a tattoo of a naked boy. What a
Yes.
relief.
What a relief.
Oh, this is a good one.
That's
Wait,
funny.
yeah, no, you guys need to check
Thanks.
this out. I finally got it. Did you guys already look it up on your phone?
Huh? I don't use phones.
Panyer. Here's the boy. Yeah, he looks like he's on a little corn cob.
Oh shit, it zoomed in.
You could you take my phone and look at it. I typed it
That
into
should
Google.
be the thumbnail.
Look at it.
Make that the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, he's riding
this one.
he's riding a basket. Like it's
Yeah.
Can I
like
see
it's a
it?
little wagon. No, hang on.
All right, you don't have to show me.
What does it say?
We already read what it said about
I
the
can't
Highland.
read it anyway. All the U's are V's. I can't
When you have
understand.
sought the city round, yet still this is the highest ground.
You've already said what it
Whoa,
read.
That's cool. I like that boy. He has no face.
Well, he used to, and everybody touches it probably.
Yeah.
People keep rubbing their
But his hair is still really
butts on
curly.
it.
All right, we're at the first place, Dolly's Chop House. Departing therefore from Pannier Court, we find in Queen's Head Passage adjoining a house long celebrated for giving good dinners. It is Dolly's Chop House. Here comes the first footnote.
Let's go.
Dolly's Chop House, founded in the early part of the C18, was still termed a well-appointed chop house and tavern as late as 1872. Just before it was pulled down in 1885, the publisher Elliot Stock announced that he would be issuing a limited edition of The Vicar of Wakefield, bound in wood, taken from the panels of the dining room of Dolly's, where Oliver Goldsmith had been a regular visitor, according to a label in the example now in the Houghton Library, Harvard University. Have you heard of it? 10 such copies of Stock's 1885 edition were indeed so bound.
We need these books. If
We
anybody
need
has
these.
one of these books that has the door
We
from
need to
this
get in
restaurant
touch
from
with
the 1800s,
We need
please
to get
send
in
it
touch
to
with
us.
the Houghton
We'll
Library.
pay any amount.
I heard there's a couple copies. I'm sure some of them are in private hands and could easily pass over to our private hands.
Virtually all of the buildings in the triangle formed by
Perhaps for an
Newgate Street.
exchange of
Goods
good
or
gold,
services.
gold or
Guys.
silver.
I have bad news
Specie.
about
Specie.
this. I have really bad news about Dolly's Chop House. Virtually all of the buildings in the triangle formed by Newgate Street, Paternoster Row, and Warwick Lane were destroyed or heavily damaged by bombing on 29th December 1940, and the entire area has recently been redeveloped. I wonder why there was bombing going on.
Who knows?
Who was,
yeah.
who was
what
doing
could that
what's
have been?
that about?
I don't know.
Maybe it was
Who knows?
probably immigrants.
That's
At
very
the
smart.
house-
That we do not acknowledge World War II on this podcast.
Don't know.
Yes, good move. Great move. So that was the first footnote. Now we
Wait, they were-
continue. Here is constantly kept a plentiful and very well assorted larder. The hours of dining are from 2 until evening. Those are good hours.
2 until evening.
A bill of fare, distinctly and even illegibly written, lies on the table, and orders are sometimes executed with commendable promptitude. Here,
That's usually when I am the most vibrant. Is 2 till
2
evening.
to evening.
Let's have some promptitude.
Well, you know about 10-2-4, the Dr. Pepper thing?
Yes.
Where you have
Okay,
10
cool.
Dr. Peppers
You have
on
3
Monday.
Drink 3 Dr. Peppers every day. 1 at 10, 1 at 2, and 1 at 4.
Yes.
Oh,
10-2-4. Because according to scientists, that's when you'd get tired the most. You'd
According
get
to Dr.
sleepy.
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper scientists.
I've been
No,
doing
Dr.
the
Pepper. He's
10
scientist.
2
Dr. Pepper.
No, I do that. I do the 10 2 4, but I drink 10 Dr. Peppers 2 times a day.
No.
Forever.
4 hours long.
Forever.
For 4 hours. Yes, forever. Good.
For the rest of my life.
Here is constantly kept. Yeah, I read all of that. A bill of fare, distinctly and even legibly read all of that. Here, that native dish, the beefsteak. So much envied by the French and classed by them among their
You know the French want that
volantes.
beefsteak. The French wish they had the beefsteak.
They can't nail down the
Oh.
beefsteak.
The French class them as the flying dishes. Here comes number 2 of the footnotes. The opening essay in the final volume of the French Almanach des Gourmands surveys les volantes, which is the flying dishes, including beefsteak à l'anglaise. I can't pronounce French.
Beefsteak à l'anglaise?
Anyways, the flying dishes, the beefsteak, is dressed in the best style and served up as hot as it should be with all the requisite condiments. Here comes the third footnote.
I wanna
And you
start
know it's
saying
going to
that
be
at
about the
steakhouses.
condiments.
This is exactly as hot as it should be.
Oh, how
With
would I
all-
like my steak? Cook it as it should be, love.
should
With
be.
all the necessary
With all the
condiments.
With all the
Requisite-
necessary
requisite.
trimmings. The requisite trimmings.
Fordyce
requisite
was
trimmings.
an Aberdeen physician who began
Oh, yeah, this
giving
Fordyce
lectures
thing is nuts.
in London in the 1760s and published several books, including Treatise on Digestion and Food in 1971. His ODNB biographer...
1871.
Nope. Oh, 1791. My bad.
Okay.
We're all wrong.
We're all wrong.
His ODNB biographer suggests that his unusual pattern of dining and drinking was responsible for a coarseness which was reflected in his manner and careless dress.
Sounds like someone we know.
This guy sounds
sounds like a
sick.
guy. Sounds like a regular at every diner.
Sounds exactly like
in
you.
the US.
This
Yeah.
guy's me, yeah.
The irregularity of your eating schedule results in coarseness. Is that what
Okay.
it said?
I'd
Yeah,
say
keep it up.
about
Keep it
Dolly's
on.
Chop House. I'd say the porters, wines, and liquors
in.
are good,
Yeah.
but the spruce beers are almost unrivaled.
Wait, finish the
Oh.
Fordyce footnote. You
Oh, it
didn't
did
finish
keep. I went on the next page.
You
I
didn't
thought it
finish
was.
There's more Fordyce
I
footnote.
see
going
that,
in
I
on
see that,
Fordyce.
I just
The
wanted to
Fordyce
talk
footnote
about
is
the
good.
unrivaled spruce beer. Okay, here it keeps going.
Who is this guy? For an idiot. For
He
a
wrote a
dumbass.
book called On Digestion.
Okay.
Yeah, Treatise on Digestion and Food in 1791.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I think that is actually the end of the footnote. That is the end.
He ate there, and it says what he would order.
I think it'll talk about it later. Oh, yeah, it
So
says
just
it
like
right here.
the
But
best
it's
eater.
not a footnote.
Oh,
it's just
later?
a continuation.
That's weird.
At this house, the ingenious anatomist and chemical lecturer Dr. George Fordyce, there we go,
There it is. Now.
dined every day for more than 20 years. Here comes the third. That's where the third footnote was supposed to
Are you
be.
not supposed to dine every day?
He does. This guy does dine every day.
At the same place for almost more than 20
once.
years.
He only eats once.
Oh, got it. At the same place.
Intermittent fasting.
His researchers in comparative anatomy had led him to conclude that man, through custom, eats oftener than nature requires, one meal a day being sufficient for that noble animal, the lion. True.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
lion eats an entire gazelle.
He eats
Listen
an
to what
entire
this dude's about
beefsteak,
to eat
or
every day,
probably
yeah,
more than
man.
that. He made the experiment on himself at this his favorite house, and finding it succeeded, he continued the following regimen for the term above mentioned. At 4 o'clock, his accustomed hour of dining, he entered and
Smart.
took his seat at a
Good
table.
hour.
King shit.
At a table always
No one's at
reserved for
restaurants.
him, on which were instantly placed a silver tankard full of strong ale, a bottle of port wine, and a measure containing a quarter of a pint of brandy.
Yes.
The moment the waiter announced him, the cook put a pound
So much
and a half.
alcohol.
The cook would put a pound and a half of rump steak on the gridiron, and on the table some delicate trifle.
Trifle, it's like a fruit dish.
I've only heard it as a verb.
What's in
Delicate
trifle?
trifle.
It's like a fruit dish, and there's maybe some kind of yogurty thing, and you cut it like a.
Would you say
like
it's
a pie?
Would you say it's a bonnet
Okay.
bouche, which is what it says it is?
Oh, bonnet bouche.
Bonnet
Sort of
bouche.
an amuse bouche, bonnet bouche.
Amuse bouche, bonnet bouche.
Sort of a bonnet bouche.
So
but
he
not really.
serves that until the steak is ready. The morsel was sometimes half The morsel was sometimes half a broiled chicken, sometimes a plate of fish. When he had eaten this, he took one glass of his brandy and then proceeded to devour his steak.
Whoa.
We say devour because he always ate so rapidly that one might imagine he was hurrying away to a patient to deprive death of a dinner. That is cool.
This is how I used to. When I didn't have a
job.
job, I would wake up at 3,
Yeah.
go to a restaurant at 4 and get like $30 worth of food and eat in 20 minutes and then just not eat again the whole day.
So you
And
could
then give a lecture on digestion.
I would give lectures the whole night. I would go.
so you could deprive death of a dinner.
I'd deprive death of a dinner.
Tonight
on
I'll
a
be
daily
depriving
basis.
death of a dinner. Thank you for this meal. And then, that's my prayer. That's what I do before the meal every time.
This is exactly as hot as it should be.
Thank you,
Tonight I'll
God.
be depriving death of a dinner.
Father, thank you for this meal. When he had finished his meat, he took the remainder of his brandy, having, during his dinner, drunk the tankard of ale and afterwards the bottle of port. He thus daily spent an hour and a half of his time and then returned to his house in Essex Street to give his 6 o'clock lecture on chemistry. There it is. He made no other meal until his return next day at 4 o'clock to Dolly's.
Whoa.
Wow. So he would eat for an hour and a half at this place.
Well, I think
He'd
you're
hang
just
out.
kind of there, yeah. Well, you're there and they're cooking the thing and they give you the trifle.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
Which I looked
You're
it up.
drinking
It's
the
whipped
port.
cream and fruit.
People, guys
And
do this
cake.
at coffee houses.
He eats a bunch of cake and then he has a steak soaked in rum. Rum steak?
No. Rump.
Rum.
I go to my local coffee
He eats
house.
a pound and a half of meat.
I order 12 quiches.
He's healthy,
Quiches.
man.
I
He's
know.
healthy.
And then he's has to talk for an hour after. That's really funny.
So that was Dolly's Chop
Dolly's
House.
Chop House.
That's the first one. Next one is Queen's Arms Tavern, Newgate Street. Nearly opposite to the Queen's Head Passage in Newgate Street is the Queen's Arms Tavern and Chop House. Here are a good larder and excellent accommodations always ready. On the sign is an inscription signifying that this is the oldest chop house in London. And here comes the inscription.
This is not a slop house. This is a chop
Or
house.
here comes the footnote that might have the inscription. The Queen's Arms Tavern is mentioned in an Old Bailey trial of February 22nd, 1716, and from the mid-C18 was a popular venue for public debates and orations, as well as meetings of musical societies.
And podcast.
Later known as the Queen's Arms Hotel, it survived
Symposiums.
in the 1860s. The Buzzmill Coffee House. That's the whole thing for that. The next one is the Horseshoe Tavern, Cheapside. On
Cheapside?
it's get ready. On the same side of the way, nearer to Cheapside, which I assume is the neighborhood, is the Horseshoe Tavern.
We gotta live in Cheapside Heights.
I live in Cheapside. You can find me
All
in
from
Cheapside.
Cheapside Vista.
Cheapside.
Cheapside, me brethren.
Yeah, my brother's got a flat in Cheapside. We've been staying there for a couple nights.
We do hella cat.
This
We
is
do
a
Mad Cat
licensed
in
public
Cheapside.
house of a superior class, not so Cheapside now, is it?
Whoa.
It has good accommodations for lunch and serves up dinners daily to a numerous and respectable class of customers, consistently chiefly of gentlemen who have business in the city.
Okay.
This is where American Psycho would go to have his meal. Salutation, Newgate Street. On the south side of Newgate Street is the Salutations Tavern, a good house up a passage, having a very passable larder, and serves up dinners daily to a numerous and respectable company. But in between the word passable, they put a footnote.
Right. It's bad.
I think that's what the passable means.
Passable.
The it's very long. The salutation, sometimes called Salutation and Cat, was Salmon Cat, was in number 17 on the south side of Newgate Street. It is marked on John Rourke's 1746 map of London, and H.A. Harden suggested that it was the successor to the Oxford Arms Inn, shown in approximately the same place on Ogleby and Morgan's map of 1676. The Salutation was certainly in business by early 1736, when it was the scene of a literary dinner given by William Boyer and Edward Cave and Samuel
We're gonna give a
Taylor
literary dinner
Coleridge.
soon. Just watch out,
Literary
guys.
dinner
Watch out for
coming.
the literary dinner.
Literary dinner is going to be huge.
At 10,000 subscribers, we will be holding a literary
dinner
dinner.
at the clay pit.
They were all writing poetry and
We're
apparently
almost there, guys.
They were all writing poetry and apparently leaving his schoolfellow Charles Lamb to pay his bill. Classic. You got to get
Cheeky.
So cheeky.
Leave the bill with Charles Lamb.
Okay.
The tavern was partly destroyed by fire, but it reopened and restored premises the following year. The American writer Benjamin Ellis Martin, who traced the footprints of Charles Lamb a few years later, was disappointed with the rebuilt Salutation, calling it a slap-bang city-eating house and bar. And although a lineal successor to the old Salutation was still in business in 1909, This had vanished by the time J. H. Cunningham wrote in 1927. I like that an American writer came by to call it a slap-bang city-eating house and bar.
Very U.S. thing.
Very American thing to say.
That was the restaurant? It was Slap Bang.
I'd say it was a slap-bang city-eating house and
You're
bar.
from
I want to see
Iowa?
That, I want to see that usage graph of slap bang.
Slap Bang?
Yeah, I want to see when that
Slap bang.
dropped off.
Yeah.
Number 40, this is King's Head, Newgate Street. On the same side of the same street is King's Head Tavern.
Probably 9/11.
This is a celebrated steak and chop house.
Steak and Slop House.
steak and,
It's a steak and slop
This
house.
is a-
You get your slop and your steak.
Shake and slop house, steak and chop house with
Hell of a
soups
larder.
always ready,
Yeah,
and a
larders.
fine.
That was the thing I'm learning is if you ever hear someone
Oh.
use the word larder, you know they're a time traveler from another
You
city.
guys almost-
How is the larder? What are you?
You're telling them about a restaurant and the larder.
Was it well exposed?
What?
Do you have a well exposed larder? I'd like a fine exposed larder.
A well-exposed larder. What'd you say? A larder? No, they have a.
I'd like to look at the hams.
It says an
They have a
ordinary.
fridge.
Do you know what an ordinary is when you go to a restaurant and you have an ordinary is had every day at 2:00? What does that mean? What is an ordinary?
Maybe like a tea time type of thing, or maybe it's like
regular.
the
An ordinary?
dinners.
Yeah.
Then you can
Ordinary,
2
but it's
o'clock?
2:00. Lunch.
ordinary. All right. Well, look.
Well, it says soup. Here's the thing. It does say soup's always ready. Maybe they feed the homeless or something.
It's ordinary as a noun, is what you're saying?
An ordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
An ordinary. I think
All
it's
right. I got it. I'm
I would say
working
it's
on
tea.
It's had every day at 2:00.
That's tea.
it.
It sounds like tea.
You have finger sandwiches and
More
soup.
defs. I need more definitions.
It's like a siesta.
Those parts of a Roman Catholic service, especially Mass.
Maybe it's
That's
religious.
ordinary. Okay, here it is. This is archaic. This is where we're gonna. This is our sweet spot. Number 5.
Archaic.
Archaic. A meal provided at a fixed time at a price and price at an inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
An inn providing a meal at a fixed time and price.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There it is. There's the ordinary.
Same price every week.
We could use those nowadays.
Well, it's like a fish fry or crawfish boil.
No.
Market price.
That's sort of an ordinary.
It's like not market
No,
price.
it's every day
Okay.
for the whole year.
Okay.
It's
Next
every day
one.
for the whole year at
Have
the
it at
same
one
time and
time.
price. Yeah.
Minters,
do
Newgate
that.
Market. Up to 3 tons passage leading into Newgate Market is a public house, Minsters, where a fire is kept, always ready to cook, and a larder is presented to you. Almost always ready to cook.
Larder.
I think it's all the food.
It's all the food.
I think it's the food hanging up and stuff, you know?
Oh, got it.
You can look at the sausages.
Nice larder.
They're presenting any chop or steak you might choose to order from the market. Footnote number 1, Minster's Public House was in 3 tons passage, which led south from Newgate Street. This is just directions.
Geography.
Mostly just directions. Number 2, White Hart, Butcher Hall Lane. In Butcher Hall Lane, Newgate Street, stands Discombs with a large it says DI with a capital D, which makes you think. In Butcher Hall Lane stands
Discombs.
Discombs, DISCOMBES apostrophe S,
Discombs.
with a larder of rump steaks, chops, and hot joints from
Dis
12
Rushes.
until 5 o'clock. This house has an inlet from Bull's Head Court.
What are hot joints?
I don't know. I don't know what a hot joint
It's
is.
like
hot
a,
joints.
like a cow's knuckle or something.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. I love a hot joint.
Shoulder.
Fuck yeah.
Smoke circles.
Do you like eating meat off of bones? Just to get into the headspace of like a British man.
Okay.
Do you prefer it, or do you think
I
it's?
think so.
I kind of like it. I like the
I like both. I like a wings.
pulling the meat off
boneless
the bones.
and boned.
Whatever.
At number 20, Butcher Hall Lane is Criche à la Mode Beef Shop, a very decadent house where that truly savory viand is dressed. This one's
Viand.
hard. This one's very hard. Where
I've
that
never heard Viand. I've heard Viand.
Okay, let me get through a Criche à la Mode Beef Shop, where that truly savory
Is that
viand
Arabic?
is dressed à la sienne, as well as à la nouvelle mode, and served up
Yeah.
with the proper accompaniments of endive, red beetroot, and French rolls.
Endive.
See, but a
You
stranger
don't know endive?
Hors d'oeuvres.
red beetroot. A stranger may venture to
Endive?
indeed. A stranger may venture to stay his stomach without fear of being haunted by the horrible doubt as to whether the animal whose corpse he's feasting on was, when alive, an inhabitant of the stall or the stable.
Oh man.
Wait, so this is like a free range type?
No, you need to. This
I
is,
think it's without the fear of being haunted by
no
the horrible.
fear.
So you don't.
Because
you're
they hang
not
out in the
scared.
field or something. That's what he's saying.
I think that's what it means, or like I don't know.
Oh, it's bad to eat stuff from the stall and stable.
If you're worried about that
Yeah, true.
as a
Cool.
19th century.
Do you think people just had diarrhea all the time back then?
Epps Ham and Beef Shop, at the corner
Who
of
were we
the
saying had
passage-
diarrhea? We were saying Thomas Jefferson had diarrhea for the last
Did he?
40 years. Who were we talking? Was that you?
Who? No.
Someone was saying Thomas Jefferson died of some kind of
cholera.
cholera because he had diarrhea for the past
that seems
like
right.
40
Cholera
years of his
is
life.
it's fatal diarrhea.
Yeah.
It's the craziest way to die.
Death by diarrhea.
Death by diarrhea. You shit your water out, you turn blue.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Read the ghost map. We should read the ghost map.
What was the one that he said about death? What was that cool thing he said where he said, "Oh, to deprive death of a dinner." I love that. At the corner of the passage leading to the horseshoe is one of Epps' ham and beef and soup shops. Before we go farther from St. Paul's on our alimentary tour, it will not be amiss to mention the houses of entertainment that immediately surround that noble structure.
Okay.
Skip. All right.
What are they?
It's good because I'm going to want to find these
Well, Epps'
places.
Newgate shop was one of several. For two others, see page 76 and 123. Should we skip? Or should we just keep
Epps Newgate shop?
We
for
should
all
look
the
at
Epps Newgate
other
chips?
like dish
But it
other
has
recipes.
it has information on the entertainment on the other pages.
I can't tell. It might just talk about the other Epps shops.
That's not entertainment.
I don't know. I can't. It's so hard
Can
to
I
tell.
look through it?
Yeah.
I'm going to see if there's anything cool. There's I'm just going to skip in here. I'm just going to go to the middle.
Go to 76.
I'm going to see if there's any like go to 76.
Our rhythm is broken.
Oh, cool. Did I break the rhythm?
No, it's
Okay.
fine. Just keep going. Read 76. What does it say about Epps?
Don't, now I'm on the spot. Lynn's Oyster Rooms.
Great.
Okay, this is just more restaurants.
Yeah, it's all rest. That's the whole book, Conrad. Where have you been?
I thought there was recipes and
No.
food
I
diagrams
do not
and
want
stuff.
recipes. I want to know about the restaurants. That's where I hang out.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. I'm
He
sorry.
explains. You heard a meat calendar. He's explaining when you go to the market what things they'll have at the market. But there's no diagram. It is a outline of
A
the
meat
thing.
calendar, you say. Number 145 Fleet Street on the north side are Lynn's Shellfish Shop and Oyster Rooms. The best accommodations are upstairs. The beverages are excellent. I just had to warm up with one.
That's good.
It's just a short one to just
You just
warm
were
up.
surprised.
We're reading Google reviews right now. We're reading Yelp reviews.
Yeah, we got Epps Ham and Beef Shop.
How's the larder?
I
haven't heard any mention of a larder.
Does it not talk about Epps on page 76?
No, I'm reading about Epps. It's are you
Read
talking
it out
about
loud? We've been waiting to hear.
looking
about
for
Epps.
anything fucking interesting?
It
We're
doesn't
not.
matter. That's not your job.
We're not frustrated. You just got
Number
read. When you got the
117.
book, it's really
People
easy.
want to hear you read the book. It's
Number
not your
117.
job to decide what to read out of the book.
Well, Epps Ham and Beef Shop, as you know, is another one of Epps' establishments for vending
Yes.
dressed hams,
Yes.
tongues, rounds, and flanks of beef.
So it's a franchise, sort of. It's
There's
kind
a
of like
couple
Everyone
Epps.
knows
franchise.
Epps.
Couple Epps.
People love Epps for their mock turtle soup in a port.
London's P. Terry's.
In a portable state. There's a number 84 in the middle of the word portable.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that?
That's a footnote.
That's wild.
Connor doesn't know about footnotes, I don't think.
In the middle of, look,
I know what you're
in the middle of a word.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that's on the other page. It explains. It tells you what page to go to.
Mm-hmm.
All
Go to
right,
page
check it
84,
out.
man.
You got to move
We're
quick.
teaching Connor how to read a book. He's never really done it before. He's exploring the book. He's having a great time. You guys should see his face.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Where
There's
does
this
it
thing
say
called
anything
the
about the
index.
port?
I don't know.
It's
portable
also
soup.
cool.
On the portable soup.
It doesn't say anything
portable
about
mock turtle
fucking
soup.
mock turtle soup. There's no footnote in the page 84.
There might not be, yeah.
Who cares?
Let me get the book. Give me back the book. I want to keep reading the
All right,
book.
yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go to page 123 and find out about the other Epps business that we want to check out. Where is it? Here we go. Epps Ham and Beef Shop. Here's another one. At Holborn Bars, we smell before we see one of Epps' shops for the sale of beef tongues and portable mock turtle soup. Footnote number 1. For Epps' shops, the Holborn Bars near the Gray's Inn Road mark the boundary of the City of London. Oh, it's just more geography.
God damn it.
At number 29 over the way, there is a shellfish shop. Furnival's in coffee house is much of the same stamp as those that lead into Gray's Inn. The reader will hardly expect that we should examine and report the fare which is eaten by inns of court men on their way to the bar. We never expect to be called to the bar, and therefore shall trouble never a bencher of the whole jurisprudential body. That was almost a tongue twister in itself.
It's all a tongue twister for me right now. I'm hurting so bad.
We'll get it. We'll go easy. We got an easy mode one soon.
My brain
Yeah.
feels so smooth.
You were doing
You
great.
want to hit one? Let me hit some.
Yeah, check the Half Moon Tavern out. It looks pretty cool.
Okay. Number 88 Gracechurch Street is the Half Moon Tavern by Mr. S. Kimshead. You may live through many a whole moon without finding better articles to subsist on or better accommodations to exist in than this house with its larder can furnish.
Yes, the larder.
The larder's
Larder.
back.
We're back to the larder.
Lads, the larder's back.
Back on the water.
Stash your larder, the lads are coming in.
What a fucking
The
relief.
lads are coming in. What do we got to? The Half Moon at number 88 on East Gray Street is mentioned in the Old Bailey trial of 8 December 1773. It was rebuilt in 1881 and is now called the New Moon.
Larder Gate.
Remains open at the corner of
the New Moon.
Leadenhall Market.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, we're in a bad part of town. We need to get where do poor people live? We're in the city of London. We don't want the.
Yeah,
that's
I
where
want to
the
find like
bankers
weird,
are.
fucked up like muskrat skewers and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see where they eat
Oh
dog.
no.
My in-laws are coming to town. Prepare the larder.
Stock the larder.
Stock the larder.
Oh, this one's cool. Wait, this one was good. This is like by a
Send
college. or
the
something.
child to the market.
The Grecian Coffee House and Tavern in Devereux Court is a very ancient and most excellent house, much frequented by Templars, students as well as barristers. Dinners of any compass and variety are daily sent, hence to their chambers to order. In front of the house is a bust of Robert Devereux, the famous Earl of Essex.
This guy totally didn't tip. I can tell this guy's the guy who doesn't tip.
I don't like this place. I don't fuck with Templars, dude.
Templars.
Fuck Templars. Assassins.
Barley Mow.
Which of these are in Assassin's Creed? Which
Assassin's
of these can I go
Creed.
to in the new Assassin's Creed
Rapsies.
game?
You can eat at all of these places in the new Assassin's Creed.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah. They're all around.
This is Throgmorton Street. Okay. Immediately adjoining the Auction Mart is the Auction Mart Coffee House in Throgmorton Street, kept by Mr. Holdsworth. The coffee room is large and fitted up in very neat style. Here, soups and the usual coffee house refreshments are served up. All right, let's see. There we got a thing. The auction mark on the southeast corner. All right, yeah, that's all about stupid stuff. This house gives hasty dinners and luncheons to persons who belong to the excise office.
The excise office?
The excise office, yeah.
The office of all big guys?
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you mean? You're talking about XXL or something?
Excise, yeah. Nope. All right.
I don't think that's a tough read. That's a lot of jumps for
I'm gonna
the
take-
audience to make.
I'm going to take 5.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, these are tough.
There's so many.
There's so many. We have a thing going. All right, let's see what we got. Antwerp Town.
Are there any strip clubs? Do they have any places
Yeah, that's
that
right.
are,
That's where I was like, I want to hear about the.
what's it called? The brothels. The
Yeah.
the brothels.
I think there's one of that, but it's.
Is there a Trent shack?
Come to the brothel where we serve
This is
fresh
just for
broths.
epicures.
Some sort of harlot's den?
Chando
I
Street.
feel like he wouldn't put that in the book because he's so fanciful.
But if you're an epicure, you would want to go fuck after you eat a pound and a half of rump,
That's
right?
true. Yeah, I would.
God, I'm so fucking hard.
Were I an epicure,
Yeah, you just drank a bottle of wine
but I don't like food.
and a
that
giant
much.
mug of ale and a pound and a half of meat. Does that sound good? That sounds kind of good.
Yeah,
I think I'm just hungry.
Terry's.
Is he ready to go? Anybody want to hit it? A couple more.
I'll break into a random one. Okay, the Salopian Coffee House.
I just wish the reviews were longer. I wish there was like...
Okay, this is a most respectable and ancient establishment. As most of these tend to be. Its larder has meats of various kinds and soups always ready, and its cellar furnishes excellent wines and liquors. On account of its proximity to the War Office and the Admiralty, so this is kind of like the cloakroom, if you've ever been in that bar. That's right next to the Capitol. It is much frequented by officers in the Army, Navy, and Royal Marines, who generally make it headquarters when their affairs call them to Whitehall. Army and Navy lists with all the pamphlets relative to either service are to be seen here. An entrance into it from Spring Garden obviously adds to the convenience of the place in many exigencies. Exigencies, definitely. Since the commencement of this tour, Mr. Horseman,
Exegesis.
the host, has paid the debt of nature, and the
Analgesic.
business is conducted with admirable fidelity by his widow. Wow.
Can you
What
imagine
does it
being in a
mean
bar
by-
and just a bunch of guys in army uniforms like going through plans
Yeah.
at like
Yeah.
at barflies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of like Navy SEALs.
Yeah, they got the
They all have guns and they have like blueprints and shit. Just planning in the tavern. Bring
What
that
does it
back,
mean by
dude.
Mr. Horseman, the host, has paid the debt of nature?
That's a
Then it
tongue
says go to
twister.
page 100. It says he's paid
Well, I
the
think
debt
the
of nature.
hundreds or something have to do with like the picture sometimes. Like if there's numbers in the picture or something.
I think paying the debt of nature is what they call taking a shit.
Paid the debt
I don't
of
know.
nature.
I don't
what
think
do you mean by
since
paid
the
debt?
commencement of this tour, Mr. Horseman, the host, has paid the debt of nature, and the business is conducted with admirable fidelity by his widow. Oh, he's died. That's what the debt of nature is, because he has a widow.
Right.
The debt of nature is death. This guy has
Right.
very poetic words for dying and death, and
Yeah, and they're all from like something
very
else.
morbid
He's kind of like
nature.
referencing, you know, something.
If I were to have a Yelp review
Swift.
thing, I would always be making extremely morbid references in it.
Yeah.
Paying the debt of nature is really cool.
Yeah.
Cashing the devil's check.
I have bad news. Your uncle has paid the debt of nature.
Your son has
Paid.
stolen an angel's identity.
Oh, that's good.
He's
Okay.
committing wire fraud in heaven.
Golden Cross, that's another place. Oh, I kind of like what he said. Perhaps there could not be named another house in the known world so generally known as the Golden Cross, Charing Cross. If you were in Paris and inquired where it was, Monsieur would politely beg you to go by the way of Calais to Dover. Calais to Dover. Or were the same question asked in Holland, Mynheer would instinctively point you towards Harwich. These are some good...
You'd get on a ship to go to London. They would, everybody on continental Europe, they know this place, and if you asked them where it was, they would tell you to get on a boat.
I get that now. Its fame has spread from the Pillars of Hercules to the Ganges, from Nova Zembla to New Zealand, from Siam to California. Whoa. Ever heard of that?
Siam.
We gotta ask next time we're in California.
Of late years, the concern has become so extensive that it has been found necessary, as it once was a great house in Downing Street, to separate it into two departments. And now the inn is detached from the tavern. The latter has been recently repaired, fitted up, and decorated with a new front. It possesses almost every convenience, and Mr. Stratton, the proprietor, caters for his guests in the most assiduous manner, the best viands his money or his credit can procure, with the aid of his judgment and experience.
His money or credit.
I have credit.
I have a lot of credit, and I'm buying a lot of cool stuff.
I
for
need this
for my
meat
cafe.
today.
My larder is lacking.
My larder is sparse in inventory.
I need more.
I must replenish. I have credit.
Think of the
I have a line of credit.
Think of the larder, my lord. Think of the larder.
Look at all these promissory notes. Look at these. The bank wrote these. I'm good for it.
What's up with the Golden Cross? Why is it known so well?
Is the Golden Cross a...
Well, it's been moved a stone's throw from where it originally
Is it a
was due
restaurant?
to a building demolished a century later. The original Golden Cross was a well-known coaching inn serving South London, and it figures in so many works by Dickens that B.W. Motts devoted a whole chapter to it in his Inns and Taverns of Pickwick, 1922.
Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Pickwick.
We'll get some Dickens here soon.
I got a lot of homies in Pickwick.
Most of our town readers will call to mind the stale hoax played off on the Tony Lumpkins of former days by a letter
Tony
of
Lumpkins
recommendation
of former days.
to Charles Stewart with an assurance that they would see him on their arrival to this
Who's
famous
Tony
house.
Lumpkins?
I got
Here it comes. It says it in the footnote. A Tony Lumpkin from the character in Goldsmith's She Stoops the Conqueror.
Oh.
Oliver Goldsmith, the guy from
He was
the,
a
from the
country-
last restaurant, the guy who ate at the Dolly
Yeah,
Tavern.
from the Dolly Chops.
He's eaten at a lot of these spots.
He was a country bumpkin, and Charles Stewart, that he would have seen on his arrival at the Golden Cross, was the equestrian statue of Charles I, erected as Charing Cross in 1675. For another version of this stale hoax, see Mac Michael, 1906, page 80.
All right, page 80.
Back to the... Okay. No more about the stale
We don't
hoax.
have, do we have to pursue every
No.
page?
No, it's definitely also not there. We don't know what...
We
it's
don't
so
know what the
confusing.
numbers mean. It's kind of a bad book.
We don't
They
know
kind
how
of
to
put them
read
in the
a
middle
book.
of words, and it's
It's
never
like a
seen
reprint. You know, they didn't really...
That. What is this, House of Leaves?
No.
We cannot commence our intended march up the Strand without reminding our readers that there are several houses in the vicinity of Charing Cross where most of the good things in this life are to be obtained in a style of superior comfort. It's kind of like the Domain.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're saying that the Golden Cross is sort of like a domain. situation.
Oh,
This
it's like the
quarter was
domain?
indeed noted for substantial and savory cheer, even in the time of Henry IV. If we may credit the testimony of one Mr. Shakespeare, who declares that one of his men, named Gadshill, overheard a carrier at an inn so called in Kent say that he had a gammon of bacon and 2 raises of ginger to be delivered as far as Charing Cross. Yeah, also known as Charing Cross. The testimony may be taken like the bacon. Cum grano sali.
Yes, that's how I take my bacon.
I will take that.
I'll
take that like I'll take my bacon.
Cum grano sali.
Crispy and dark.
Here's at Denny's.
Like I like my women.
You're at Denny's. Like, do you want bacon or sausage? I will have
my-
bacon. Cumbrano Sali,
I like
please.
my coffee like
What does
I
it
like
mean?
my
Cambrano Sali?
Cambrano Sali. For Gadshill, at the best, was a suspicious
crispy-
character, or rather a character to be
crispy
suspected. Okay, so it means that, the testimony and the bacon are to be, or you can be
With a grain of
suspicious of
salt.
them. Yeah,
With a grain of salt.
Definitely with a grain of salt.
Cumbrano Sali.
With a grain of salt, but in Latin.
Cum grano sali.
Yeah, of course.
That makes sense with a grain
course.
of salt.
We're geniuses now.
We're all
genius,
at
We've
it.
locked in.
We cracked the code.
I might have locked in. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah.
I'm not
We
positive.
gotta do the Dead Poets Society. Conrad needs to tie his necktie around his head, like a little headband.
Oh, here's
Yeah,
more.
I do manual labor, so I've had a really hard day.
Cannon Coffee House. Facing Spring Gardens, Mr. Charles Hodges keeps the Cannon Coffee House well charged with ammunition for the stomach.
Whoa.
Ammo for the stomach.
Once more, they're using very morbid.
They all got, they're very
terms.
military vibes.
His larder and soups, his waiters and cooks are like our hearts of oak, always ready. That's the joke.
Whoa.
In the vaults below this arsenal may be seen a range of stoves well manned, and the fumes which arise are as delightful, almost, to the nose of
Free smells.
militaire affamé as those of gunpowder itself, the incense offered to the god of war.
Whoa.
It smells like gunpowder in here.
Hell.
This restaurant's great. It smells like gunpowder. Holy shit, this restaurant smells like blood.
Well, it's incense to the god of war.
It smells like incense to the god of war in here. Like, excuse me?
I think it's next to like the armory.
I said that at an Indian restaurant one time. They did not like it. All right.
Ferentz's, the pastry cook.
I'm
lives
not. I
at the
locked
corner.
out. I'm back.
There's another spot. There's a new spot.
Back out.
Some of these are short, and you can tell he was like, I just kind of like
Back
this
to
place.
edging.
And then he kind of was like, I'm gone. Yeah, this one he says, Mr. Barnett, the host, takes care of the accommodations, and the fare shall be in every respect equal to those of Mr. Hodges.
Whoa.
I guess that
That's
just
a
means,
diss on
that's
Mr.
kind of a
Hodges,
diss
I
to- Yeah,
think.
he's just kind of kept it short.
I think you walk in and you see Mr. Hodges and you go, "Oh, okay, the
Oh,
book."
this kind of
I get what the
place.
book is saying. Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta leave. I gotta leave.
Yeah, when you see Mr. Hodges, you
Right.
understand.
That's his worst review yet that he's
Right.
given. That's his 2-star review.
yeah, he's pretty softball. A lot of these.
Empty
Ferrance-
larder, Mr. Hodges
He's
present.
he cares so much about these
This
people.
place is done.
Ferrance, the pastry cook, lives at the corner of Spring Garden, or rather, his numerous friends may be said to live there. For
Whoa.
so much does he attend to the gratification of their appetites that he seldom has time to think of his own.
Wow.
Wow.
What a
Such an-
selfless guy.
I like Ferrance, the pastry cook.
He's a true chef.
In point of magnitude and of the excellence and cheapness of its articles, this long celebrated shop has no superior, perhaps in the world.
Wow.
This guy really gives nice reviews to all these places.
Yeah.
He's not.
But I guess it's for
harsh.
people in France to read and be like, "Dang, I should go to London."
Here are exquisite soups, highly flavored tarts, savory patties, and delicious pastry and confitures.
This tart is highly flavored.
I could go
Fruits
for
and
some
ices through the
confitures.
whole extent of their season, good and in great
Confection.
variety. They have ices of great variety.
Just saying it how he does.
Need we say that in the temple, Pomana and the series hold daily a levee of beauty and fashion, that you may observe at all hours in the forenoon, a whole nidus of little cupids and Psyche's feasting in Terence, nectar, and ambrosia. I like ambrosia. I like
Terrence
ambrosia.
My name's Terrence Nectar.
In plainer terms, Conrad, ladies generally regale their youngest friends and relatives here with the incomparable bonbons of Monsieur Ferrance.
Oh, good. There's bonbons for
Oh no,
morons.
not the bonbons.
They got little treats for stupid people.
Yep.
That's
Check
good.
out the bonbons.
People who are too dumb for giant steaks.
It's
or...
where ladies can take their younger friends and relatives for incomparable bonbons.
I can't figure out the larder. Can I just have some bonbons?
I'll take a bonbon. I can only afford one bonbon right now. so maybe-
There's a pastry shop on a
bonbon
small
for
scale in a
lunch.
narrow passage leading by the
Just a bond.
Panharmonicon rooms in St. James
One
Park.
bond.
It is very convenient for sedate persons who do not like to be seen lounging in a pastry
Said it.
shop,
Us.
who prefer smuggling a few trifles to munch on the benches in the park.
Yeah.
They
We're
may here
smuggling a
be
few
served
trifles to munch
very
on.
discreetly. end with very good things. I like that one. I like
Yeah.
where he says that these are for sedate people. People who are
And you're like
dumbasses.
reading it. You're reading it, and you're like, "Damn, that's me. Fuck, I gotta go here." Shit.
Are we sedate people? Sedate people? We're pretty sedate.
Are you tired?
Sometimes you want to go to somewhere where there's people like that. You know?
I feel sedate right now.
You feel tired? You feel sleepy?
Sedate.
Is
think it's
sedate? I thought
sedate.
it was sedate when it's an adjective.
I've never heard that.
I don't know.
Sedate.
I feel like I've heard that. I am
Sedate.
sedate. I'm feeling
Sedate.
sedate. I don't know.
So what's that one? What star? I think that's like a 3-star. I think these are all different.
We're really You're really sawing through
You
this.
think it's sedentary or?
Yeah.
I think. If it's an adjective, here I could look at the phonetic pronunciation in the dictionary.
Yeah, I
here.
think you'll only find one probably. Maybe check your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it has the pronunciation in there.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna look sedate adjective, and what will come up is adjective, quiet in manner or conduct.
It's crazy how many coffee houses there were.
Hey guys, sorry, can I put something in the microwave and pause for like a second?
Sure, man.
I don't want to
Yeah, we could just pause it.
sort of bust it.
We should
Yeah,
just
we can
pause
pause
it.
it. Yeah.